Hey everybody, today I have for you a preview of War of Immortals for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. And before we get started, I should let you know that I was provided a copy of this book by Paizo. War of Immortals is 226 pages from cover to cover and has a cover price of $67.49. The PDF version may also be purchased online for $19.99. War of Immortals is Pathfinder's guide to mythic adventures. Mythic adventures are high-stakes stories with heroes who are destined for great things. These games are high power and high stakes and reflect the legends that are told of heroic accomplishments. The book is divided into 6 chapters and begins with a brief discussion of the God's Reign prophecies and how these events in the overall narrative relate to mythic adventures. The first chapter also includes 2 new classes, the first of which is Animist. Animists serve as a connection between the mortal and spiritual realms, and they channel the power of apparitions to cast divine magic. Their main class feature is called Apparition Attunement. Each day, as part of their daily preparations, an animist can attune themselves to 2 different apparitions. Each apparition provides a different set of lore skills and spells that the animist becomes trained in and able to cast when they're attuned. Each apparition also provides a unique vessel spell that is cast with focus points, and also a unique battle form that can be used when casting Avatar after 19th level. 11 such apparitions are provided in this book for animists to choose from. Each animist will also choose an animistic practice that helps shape how the animist communes with spirits and influences how they develop. Each practice provides a new ability at 1st, 9th, and 17th levels, and War of Immortals provides 4 animistic practices to choose from: Liturgist, Medium, Seer, and Shaman. Spellcasting for animists works a little differently than most other classes. Since they have one foot in the physical world and the other foot in the spiritual world, they have 2 sources of spells. They have divine spells that they learn and cast like any other spontaneous spellcaster, and they also have spells they gain from the apparitions they attune to. As such, their spell slots are divided between these 2 sources. The spells per day table shows this as 2 numbers per spell rank. The first number represents the spell slots that can be used for animist spellcasting on their own, while the number after the plus shows the available slots for apparition spellcasting. The second new class is Exemplar. Exemplars are divinely powered martial heroes who infuse special objects and features called icons with their divine spark to accomplish deeds normally beyond mortal limits. Their divine power is not granted by a god they worship, like a cleric or champion, but instead dwells within them and takes shape with every step the Exemplar takes towards godhood. At 1st level, Exemplars choose 3 icons from the 21 provided in the book. These icons fall into 3 categories: body icons, weapon icons, and worn icons. The Exemplar transfers their divine spark between these icons to infuse them with power and wield them, and each icon provides an Eminence ability and a Transcendence ability to the Exemplar. Eminence abilities are granted to the Exemplar whenever that specific icon is empowered by the Exemplar's divine spark. And Transcendence abilities are powerful effects that can be performed once per round and eject the divine spark from that icon and transfers it to another icon of the Exemplar's choosing. For example, Hands of the Wildling is a weapon icon for melee freehand weapons and unarmed strikes. Once an Exemplar transfers their divine spark into this icon, they receive its Eminence effect continuously. In this case, strikes deal an additional 1 spirit splash damage per weapon damage die, which the Exemplar is immune to. While their divine spark resides in this icon, the Exemplar can also use its Transcendence ability, called Feral Swing, which deals spirit damage in a 15-foot cone. Once the Exemplar uses this ability, their divine spark is ejected from this icon and moved to another. It's also worth noting that Exemplars are listed as a rare class, so you shouldn't assume that they're allowed in every game and check with your GM. The book's second chapter provides more character options related to the War of Immortals. First up are 4 new lineages for the Nephilim heritage, including Aeonbound, Battle-Blooded, Fault-Spawn, and Proteankin. Following that, we get 5 new class archetypes. Avengers are divine rogues and maybe 2nd edition's answer to the Slayer class from 1st edition. Blood Ragers are barbarians who gain supernatural abilities from drinking the blood of monsters. Seneschals are witches who can no longer feel the presence of their patron. Vindicators, also known as inquisitors to evil religions, are rangers who devote themselves to hunting supernatural predators who hide within mortal societies. And warriors of legend are spear-wielding fighters who gain increased power at the expense of also gaining the doomed condition. The third chapter of the book provides new rules for running a Mythic campaign. Mythic games are higher power and higher stakes, but also serve to fill a narrative purpose as well, as these stories surpass typical heroics and move towards the realm of true legends. Mythic games include a few special mechanics that you should be aware of. The first is Mythic Proficiency, which is simply a new level of proficiency higher than Legendary that Mythic characters can achieve. The second new mechanic is Mythic Points that replace Hero Points. Mythic Points are required to cast Mythic spells, use some Mythic feats, activate Mythic items, and can be required to attempt some Mythic deeds. The third new mechanic for Mythic characters is they are much harder to kill. Whenever a Mythic character's dying value increases to the point where a normal hero would die, the Mythic character instead stabilizes and increases their doomed condition by 1. Mythic characters do not actually die until they reach Doomed 4. And progression works differently for Mythic characters as well. At first level, or whenever is dramatically appropriate, all characters receive a Mythic calling. This essentially replaces the free archetype optional rule. War of Immortals provides 11 callings to choose from, each providing a special benefit at the cost of spending a Mythic point, as well as edicts and anathemas. As part of their calling, Mythic characters also get to choose an extra Mythic feat at every even level, not unlike how free archetype characters function. And at 12th level, Mythic characters transition away from their calling and get to choose their Mythic Destiny. These Destinies are special archetypes that each provide a capstone feat at 20th level that represents some form of immortality. War of Immortals provides 9 such Destinies, starting with the Apocalypse Rider. Apocalypse Riders are, as you might expect from the name, fiendish heralds who ride demonic mounts. The second Destiny is Archfiend. Archfiends are destined to manifest a realm of their own and an army of fiends to command. After that, the next Destiny is Ascended Celestial. These noble characters have earned a right to join the ranks of celestial beings such as angels. The fourth Destiny is Beast Lord. Beast Lords have forged an unbreakable bond with their animal companion. Next is the Broken Chain Destiny, which represents mythic heroes who oppose oppression. The sixth Destiny is Eternal Legend. Eternal Legends are heroic champions whose epic battles and martial exploits are sung of in hymns. The seventh Destiny is Godling. Godlings are mortals who wish to ascend to godhood. At 20th level, Godlings may take the assumed godhood feat and serve as the deity for classes that require worship, such as for clerics and champions. The eighth Destiny is Prophesized Monarch, which are heroes destined to rule, and the final Destiny included in the book is Wild Spell. These mages have tapped into some form of near limitless magical potential. The book's fifth chapter covers mythic equipment, artifacts, spells, and rituals. This includes new mythic level fundamental runes for both weapons and armor, as well as 14 new spells for mythic spellcasters. And the final chapter of the book covers mythic monsters. This includes new Mythic Monster templates to create your own Mythic Monsters, as well as 5 general pre-made Mythic Monsters and 7 special Mythic Monsters that each include 4 or 5 pages of lore, adventure hooks, and mythic deeds tailored for that specific villain's story. Included are a Demon Lord, an Immortal Trickster, a Mythic Kaiju, a Giant Oliphant, a Muse of Mythic Inspiration, a Fallen God, and the Awoken Herald of an Ancient Aslanti God. So there you have it, a brief look at War of Immortals that officially releases on October 30th. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about the book, and as always, thanks for watching, take care, and happy gaming.